everyone, Jackie here with Enjoying Life's Journey. Welcome back to my channel. Today I thought I would go over our homeschool schedule. If you're interested in our whole daily schedule, I did post a video on that, so you can look for that in the description box. But today we're just going to go over our homeschooling schedule. Now Arcadia is 4, so we're going to be focusing on preschool, kindergarten type stuff. I'm not going to worry about formal teaching until she's 6 or 7. And the other girl I'm watching is 3, so she's kind of benefiting from some of this stuff, but her mom will be sending her to public school. Her birthday falls in a weird spot, so she actually will be going to public school probably in like 2 years. Now I did make up my schedule I showed you before on a little Excel sheet, but I color coded some of my topics, and what I did for those, the reason I did that is because there's certain things on here that I want to make sure get done every day, and the other things are kind of, you teach them by the way as they come up, and if you don't get to them that day, it's okay. So I kind of color coded it based on that. As well, I kind of followed the handbook on kind of prioritizing out my day, along with the resources on simplycharlottemason.com under the preschool resource. My first priority with the children, personal care. And so what is categorized under that is making sure they get plenty of sleep. So making sure they take their naps or, go to bed at a decent hour. Making sure they get good nutrition. So them 5 to 6 balanced meals a day. So basically every 2 to 3 hours or so we are eating smaller portions. That's how I've always ate. It's a good way to eat. Teaching them personal hygiene. So my 4-year-old, she's able to dress herself. She knows to wash her hands after using the bathroom before she eats. She can brush her teeth. She can floss her teeth. The only thing I pretty much still help her with is bathing. So teaching them that. Having a clean environment. So if you notice on my last thing, there's several times during the day that we do a pickup. So basically I teach my children to pick up after themselves almost as soon as they're done using something, as well as a couple times a day. So just helping them have a clean environment, teaching them the responsibilities of having a clean environment. And then physical activity. Charlotte Mason mentions to have physical activity every single day. I have on our schedule 4 days a week where we focus on physical activity, and I'll go into that more. And then the other thing is having outside play, outside free play, no structure to it whatsoever. So that's my things. And then the last thing that's the most important is working on good habit traits. Charlotte Mason mentions to introduce one new habit every 4 to 6 weeks, and you focus on that habit, through the month. The second most important thing, the second language. So having Ricky speak to the girls in Tagalog. Obviously the girls I'm watching, they don't need to know that. It's up to their parents what second language they learn, if any. The other thing is starting to introduce the great composers, music. Just saying this is who they are and playing the music throughout the day, introducing them to good art. So it's just doing art appreciation, music appreciation, sensory work, working all your 5 senses, because you really learn so much with your 5 senses, and we take those for granted. And then spiritual. Again, this is going to be different for everybody. We're not going to be teaching spiritual stuff to the children I watch, but with Arcadia we won't be doing Bible study, but we'll be doing spiritual work. Deepak Chopra actually has a book on the 7 laws for spiritual parents or something like that, so I might take a look at that and see what I can find out there. But introducing that, and then read alouds, of course, and then having plenty of free play, and then doing some kind of nature study. So those are my second most important topics that we will be touching on or working on. The third are field trips, getting them out into the community, whether it's nature itself or just the park or whatever, but out in the community, involving them in community. Learning life skills, logic, learning handicrafts, and poetry. And then the fourth thing are more of your academic things. And again, Charlotte Mason mentions don't worry about any formal lessons or formal teaching until they've reached the age of 6 or 7, which is more like first grade. So I do have reading, writing, and math and independent reading on our schedule. And basically she's just saying you want to introduce math concepts. You want to start doing handwriting and copy work, but you're not forcing it on them. And you want to start pre-reading, learning the letters, learning the sounds, things like that. So I'll just show you how I've broken it up between my week. So Mondays are our field trip days. So basically, I mentioned before, our homeschool time, official homeschool time, is between 7:45 and 8:45 normally. On our field trip days, we moved it from 7:45 down to 9:30 because we will eat our snack wherever we're at on our field trip, and then we don't have the cleanup time at the house. So that's why that day can be a little longer. In the evening, during the outside play time, at the last 15 minutes of outside play time, so about 4:45, we will do 15 minutes of sightseeing, and that's part of our nature or our outside time lesson. Tuesday, we start with reading, so learning letters, sounds, things like that. I would like to get simplycharlottemason.com has a delightful reading program. I would like to purchase that, as well as the book. I believe it's called How to Teach Your Child to Read in 100 Easy Lessons. And maybe another curriculum, spelling UC or something like that when first grade comes around, but we'll see. At 8, so we do each thing for about 15 minutes. Charlotte Mason mentions to keep your lessons short, anywhere from 10 to 20 minutes, and then 30 minutes as they get older. So all of our lessons are 15 minutes. Sometimes we take less, sometimes we take more, depending on how they're doing. If they are enjoying it and they want to do more, we'll do a little bit more. If they get done quick, then they get done quick. At 8 o'clock on Tuesday is when we introduce, so at the beginning of the month, we introduce a new life skill, and we'll focus on that skill for the month. So each week at that time, we just kind of touch base on it and see what we like. Also, if there's any books related to that, we might read through those at that time. 8:15 on Tuesday is music appreciation. So again, I may play music throughout the week at any given time, but this is when I might actually sit down and just say, hey, this is Mozart or whatever, and just give a little spiel, and we actually listen. We deliberately listen to it, and kind of, they don't necessarily have to know anything about it, but you just listen to it. You might ask them, hey, how does this make you feel? And then at 8:30, we do a physical activity. So I might do Swedish drill, something Charlotte Mason used to do with their kids. You can actually get a Swedish drill teacher's handbook off of simplycharlottemason.com for free. I might do creative movement, which could be learning to move your body, stretching, a little bit of ballet, a little bit of dance, things like that. And then we might do something that's more like exercising, jump rope, push-ups, sit-ups, more things like that. So that is our 15 minutes of activity. And then on our outside play in the afternoon on Tuesday, we might do picture painting, which is basically you take in the scenery with your eyes for however much time, and then you have them close their eyes and try to tell you what they can remember seeing. So it's almost like taking a photograph in your mind. It's pretty cool. And again, 15 minutes, it said. Wednesday, 7:45, we work on writing. Again, simplycharlottemason.com has a delightful writing curriculum that I think I might want to get. Otherwise, just, learning tracing. And then she talks about introducing the single strokes at a time. So we'll be learning that copy work, talking about copying actual phrases or sentences out of a poem that you're working on. At 8 o'clock is art appreciation. So again, it's just getting some kind of artwork and just having it up there and just say, hey, what do you think about this picture, or just having it around. So music and art are going to be around all the time, but that might be the only time I introduce it, and then I leave it alone. 8:15 on Wednesday is spiritual time. So 15 minutes of spiritual work, so kind of stay tuned to see what we're going to be doing with that. And then at 8:30 again is another physical activity. So we might do Swedish drill that day or something. I have Swedish drill written down, but those are going to be kind of open, kind of feeling out what the kids are enjoying, and then have them do that. And then in our outside play, our outside time later in the evening will be an organized game. So either a little bit of ball tossing, frisbee, jump roping, but it's, you know, outside. You know what? I just had an epiphany as I'm on the phone with you guys. Let me grab on the phone. Am I on the phone with you guys? Okay, I'm not on the phone with you. I'm on the camera with you. But I'm gonna move something around while we're here. Okay, so Wednesday's game, I'm gonna move to Mondays, and my sightseeing I'm moving to Wednesdays. And the reason I'm gonna do that is that way I'll actually get 5 days of activity, because a game, I don't want to do drill and then do a game later and then it'll be like overworked. So I'll just move. Okay. Thursday we start off with math, and this is math concepts, learning the numbers, learning the sequence of the numbers, learning patterns and colors and shapes and all of that. So math concepts. Once we get through the math concepts and I'm getting into math, then I want to get Math UC as the curriculum I would like to get for that. Thursday at 8, then we do a handicraft, and again, who knows what we're gonna do yet. But yeah. And then Thursday at 8:15 we do another music. So I have music on here twice, and I have them matched up with the days that we do creative movement, because creative movement kind of goes with having music in the background, so those line up with that. And so we have music at 8:15, and then at 8:30 we have creative movement. So the music will and then actually stay on. And then Thursday, more in the evening during our outside time, we will learn geography concepts. So then learning the neighborhood geography. Then Friday at 7:45 on Fridays is when we will introduce the new habit. So we'll sit down, talk about the new habit. And then if we've already introduced it, then that's when we would revisit for the week and say, how did we do this? I want to it's called Laying Down the Rails. SimplyCharlotteMason.com has it, and it talks about all of the 60 plus habits that we can instill in our children, and it kind of gives you lesson plans and ideas to incorporate those habits. And again, those are constantly being enforced. But next, 8 o'clock, are sensories, one sense, so either sense of sight, smell, taste, and we'll set up like a sensory bin or something for them at that time. And then Friday at 8:15 will be poetry, so I will pick a poem for them to either memorize or just hear. And then Friday again at 8:30 is another physical activity, so Swedish drill is what I have written down here, but again, we might change it up. And then Friday's outside time in the evening is nature study, so we may focus on one particular thing like trees or a flower or something, and then also entering things into our nature journal, our nature's firsts, when we saw the first leaf fall from the tree, and you know, things like that. So that's our homeschool schedule. Basically, like I said, 7:45 to 8:45, and then again 15 minutes around 4:45 in the afternoon. So we only do about an hour and 15 minutes a day of focused school. If you're interested in hearing about the rest of my schedule, check out the previous video. And stay tuned for a more in-depth view of each subject and what curriculum I might be using or what I'm using around the house to teach my children about those topics. So I'm sorry if this video is all over the place, but thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye. Because it's being so pretty, what do you want me to do? Put a ponytail?
Mm-hmm. And I got these clips on, but I'm only going to take those clips off.
Okay.
Will I wear yours?
Okay. Pretty.